What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today comes from the Genesee Brewing Company, and they are out of Rochester, New York, and this is their Schwarzbier. So they're calling this one a dark session lager, aka a German Schwarzbier. Comes in at 5.4% alcohol by volume, 26 IBUs in the time of review. This can is approximately 2.5 months old. So saw this one recently in a mix sixer at Wegmans, and I was like, I've had this one before. I've actually had it on tap at the Genesee Brew House, but I've never grabbed it in cans before. I've only had it on tap a couple times at the Brew House, and I think this is like a fall release. I think they usually release this in November, maybe early December. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab it and review it, and here we are. Now, you know, it's 2.5 months old, but it's a German Schwarzbier. We should be fine, and yeah, we're gonna give it a go. So I'm pumped to see how this one is in a can. Now on tap, I really liked it. I think I gave it like a 3.75. It was really good for the style, I thought. And here we are. So hashtag almost proper glassware, kind of, maybe. So yeah, so it's pouring out more of like a dark brown. And this is not ideal glassware, like, you know, I say hashtag proper glassware or whatever, and not really. Well, I don't even know what I'm doing over here. But yeah, I mean, whatever. It's kind of hashtag proper glassware. So it's a deep dark brown in the glass. On camera might be more of a black color, about a finger of this light tan, almost approaching, well, I'll say more of a light brown colored head. Looks super creamy though, very inviting. Looks like a nice beer in the glass. So let's get a nose. Yeah, so kind of what the style dictates. Now, I always found German Schwarzbiers to be kind of like super light sessionable porters, and kind of that's how they are. I mean, I'm getting like a bittersweet dark chocolate in the nose, bittering like dark chocolate. Slight roasted, almost toasty kind of malt character. Like bready, like brown bread. A little bit of caramel and toffee, has like this earthy kind of nose as well. Yeah, just it smells like a super light, easy drinking porter. That's kind of, for me, within the realm of the style. Yeah, smells good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, super. So, dark session lager is spot on. You look at this can, it says dark session lager. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what this is. Even at 5.4%, I could crush a ton of these. Body is higher side of light body, lower side of medium body at 5.4%. That's kind of what you expect, at least what I expect. The mouthfeel, it's relatively crisp, somewhat clean too, nice clean finish. But it has a nice soft smoothness, not really creamy, but it has a little bit more of a smoothness than you would anticipate. The flavors kind of quick carry over from the nose. More of a bittering as opposed to sweet dark chocolate, like more of like a baker's kind of chocolate. Like a 50% cacao bar, somewhere in that range, but more of like a bittering, just you get the like chocolate characteristic without this added sweetness. That hits me right up front. Then a little bit of brown bread, like toasty, roasty kind of malt character. Slight touch of like a coffee roast too. Caramel toffee. It's a nice mix and balance of sweetness and like that bittering chocolate up front. It's passed through the palate right halfway through, like cutting right through the mid palate. There's this nice earthiness that I'm kind of getting, probably from the hops they're using. Yeah, slight earthiness mid-palate, and then the dryness kicks in. And this one finishes semi to full-on dry. So you have like this bitterness up front, then you're hit with the sweetness right after that. Then there's that earthiness and a dryness. So it comes in stages, and it balances it out quite well. I think this maybe finishes a tad too dry for me in some respects. But I think that enhances the drinkability. If you want to session something like this, you don't want it to be super sweet. So I get where they're going with this. And look, I could crush this like instantly. I just chug it down. I'm not going to take my time, but I could. There's a mild to moderate bitterness on the back end, but it's definitely, I would say this has more of a dry kind of finish than any kind of bitter or sweetness on the finish. But sessionable, yes. Is it good? Yeah, it's pretty solid. I enjoy it. The best part about Genesee when it comes to these beers is the price point and availability, but let me rate it first. So I'm going to give Schwarzbier from Genesee, I'm going to give it a high 3.5 out of 5 and go 3.6 out of 5. Actually, you know what? As I'm saying that, I kind of, yeah, no, I'm going to give this a low 3.75. Not that any of this matters. I'm going to go 3.65 out of 5. I think it deserves a low 3.75 for the drinkability. And I usually don't take like price point and availability and all that stuff into my scores and whatnot, but I'm going to bump it up. I was going to go 3.6, but I'm going to go 3.65 because the price point and availability on this, fantastic. Availability, wherever you see Genesee, you can find these in $9.99, some places $8.99 for a 12-pack. It's less than $1 a can for something that this is a good representation of a German Schwarzbier. Is it as good as some of the authentic ones you can get? No. Do you expect it to be? I don't, but I expect it to be in the realm of a German Schwarzbier, and it is. It's solid, it's good. I could drink a bunch of it, and for less than $1 a can, it's well worth it. So 3.75 out of 5. I'm actually going 3.65 out of 5, low 3.75. I really do enjoy this one. I could drink a lot of these. I only bought a single can in the mix sixer, but maybe next year, I think, like I said, I think it's a fall seasonal. I might buy a 12-pack and just throw it in the fridge for something that I want to session on, but has, you know, some of those darker beer qualities with the chocolate and a little bit of coffee and roasted malt and stuff, because these are so light, you could pound them out, you drink 2 or 3 of them, you're feeling good, and I don't think it's going to crush your palate like a big, 8, 9, 10% Imperial Stout or Imperial Porter or something would. So really good beer. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. I know my buddy Dan, good friend of mine, viewer of the channel, I know he enjoys this one, and I'm sure other people, like maybe another good friend of mine, a viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka No Jinx, I'm sure he's had this one before, and if not, probably have to grab it for him at some point because I think he'd appreciate it at the very least. So again, if somebody's had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Appreciate everybody stopping by for the beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one, cheers.